Hello, everybody. This is Feeqs. Welcome back to another episode of me doing stuff, I guess. But anyway, so I've been hard at work getting that cow farm finished up and everything. It's all ready to go. So that's pretty nifty. We'll go check that out. I moved all the cows. I moved 16 of them. 16 was a lucky number. But anyway, I moved 16 of them and then I took care of the rest of those guys. I left 2 just in case. I might move them somewhere for safekeeping. But for right now, yeah, everybody else is gone. So I don't have to deal with that loud noise anymore, so that's gonna be nice. But if we go down here and check out what we've done so far. Alright, here we are. Back at the cow farm. So I got everyone in place. All 16 cows are down there, I think. I think one may have died. I might have to breed one more. But for the most part, all 16 are down there. I decided against the tubes. It didn't look really good. I had glass kind of hanging down, and you couldn't really see anything anyway. So, but I have a water stream that goes across like this, and then this is where all their goods get deposited. And it's pretty simple. It's I got the button here. This toggles it. I got wheat here, so we'll toggle it on. We can breed them every 5 minutes, so that's not too bad. So we'll go ahead and do a quick batch here. Put this back. Push this button. We can see the cows go up, just like we did before. Here they all come. And then they'll go, and then about here is where they'll sit until they grow up. Once they grow up, I have a killing chamber set up on a daylight sensor because it takes 20 minutes for a cow to grow up. I figured a daylight sensor would be the most easiest way to do it. If I play throughout the whole thing, it would be 20 minutes between a day. So I put a thing here just to see where it's at, but it's been working pretty well. When it does go off, you can see the beef and everything go down here. I do want to show that because I spent way too long trying to design that little bit. So let me hop into another world here real quick and I'll show you. Alright guys, so here we are. So last time we were here, I designed this little part of the system. We got them down. This is where the cows travel up. And then right about here is where we stopped. So the killing chamber, I spent way too long trying to design, and then I ended up going with the design that I was trying to avoid altogether because it's just too complicated. So anyway, we'd have cows in here. I would. Let me turn their volume down. They're too obnoxious. Anyway, so I had the cows in here, so that was fine. But what I ended up doing, what I was trying to do is I'd have the cows trigger, and I wanted the piston to push the meat off and everything, like that. And that was fine. I got it to work. The problem is if they grow, if I leave them sit here and grow, and this triggers on a day-night cycle, it pushes the cows, right? And then they kind of move all over the place. And then when they grow up, they were growing up out of the place. They're growing up in the glass. They're doing just all kinds of crazy stuff. I had some get sucked into the block right there. It just was not reliable. But the reason why I was trying to go this route was so I didn't hear a dropper or anything like that constant clicking, because most cow farms had them sitting on this hopper. They just had them sit on a hopper like that. It'd feed into a dropper, and then that would shoot it into a water stream, or it would go into a chest or something. And didn't really want that because I didn't want to hear the clicking constantly. But like I said, this was just too unreliable. I tried different blocks. I tried all kinds of stuff. It does work. Like I said, you just saw it does work. But if they're baby cows in there and you use it, and it goes off a couple times, they get sucked into blocks just like that. And when he grows up, he's gonna be wherever. So it just is not reliable. So anyway, that's what we ended up going with. Let's get back to the main world. Alright guys, so now that we got that project done and everything's kind of sorted out there, now we gotta figure out what we're gonna do next. And what next is the question. So I know I found out shortly after I was almost done with that project that I accidentally left this villager breeder going the entire time. So now I have a whole bunch of these guys that I don't know what to do with. I do know I want a pretty consistent thing of bread or wheat so we can breed the cows more easily and not have to constantly refill this chest up. Uh, but unfortunately, the villager breeder that I built is with carrots, and I didn't build a pig farm, I built a cow farm. So I could switch those all to seeds and wheat and everything like that, but I'm not sure if that would mess up the villagers currently because they all have carrots, and I know they can only hold so many of particular item. So I'm kind of worried that if I switch this over, they won't take on the bread, and then the crops will no longer work. Uh, and I kind of need carrots anyway. So what I can do is I'm gonna work on getting a collection system here. So that way we have a steady supply of carrots. I'll eventually end up building a cow breeder, kind of similar to what we did there with the cows, or a pig breeder, whatever it is I said, but for piggies. And that's what these carrots will be used for. So I think that'll work out pretty well. But I still need something for the wheat. So I think I'll take two of these guys, put them somewhere a little closer to the farm so that it doesn't have to travel as far. But I also want them kind of out of the way so they're not constantly hemming and hawing. So, and then we can have a collection or system for wheat, and we can make bread and whatever we need that stuff. It'll be good to go. So I guess we'll work on that. And I don't think I said anything earlier, but with this room, I do plan on continuing the animal farms down here. So we'll have a 3 gap on this side. We'll put a pipe in right here. Do something pretty similar. But this one will be for, uh, you know, pork chops, and then we'll have another one for sheep, and we'll have another one for rabbits and whatever else. So, but that will go on with time. But anyway, let's get that wheat system thing built in. We'll get that figured out. Alright guys, so it's been a couple hours since I stopped recording here. And last you saw, this was basically just a dead end. So this entire time I've basically just been building a tunnel. Um, where I was going to originally start the project was around here, but that while I was working on it, I realized in order to have the room I needed, I'd have to go down a little bit further, and that would kind of put the farm, the villager-based farms, a little away from this one. And I didn't really want to do that. I want to try and keep them all kind of together. So what I ended up doing was kind of doing like a little U shape. I went down this way a good ways. I had to do a little zigzag here. And then this is where the villager breeder's at. This is the back side of it. And then there's our villagers. This is the carrot farm is basically done, so that's good. Just got to put the hoppers in and all that kind of stuff. But we still need 3 more. We need potatoes, beets, and wheat. And the wheat's the most important one for us today. So that's what's going to go right here, the wheat farm. So what I was planning on doing to get the other 2 in was I was going to put a staircase. Alright, so anyway, before that phone call, what I was planning on doing was putting a staircase in right here. And this would go up, maybe do like a little Y or maybe a spiral staircase or something to get us to a 2nd floor just above where we're at now. And then we'll put a farm there and a farm there. That way all 4 farms are kind of next to each other. They're all villager-based farms, and they'll all be fully automated for what we need. Now, as far as doing any piping or anything to the animal farms, which are actually just down that way a little ways, I don't think I'm going to do that. That's quite a lot of work. If I do it, it'd definitely be a future project. But interesting enough, just past this wall, where's it at? There's a little ravine down here. Here it is. Where's it at? Right here. There's a little ravine around here. So I do have plans for this in the future as well. Maybe widening it out a little bit. But this connects to our animal farm. I found this last episode. There was a little, it kind of ended right here, which I had no need to continue going on this way. But here's our animal farm right here. So at some point I may have some more bridges and stuff like that that go across the ravine, and you can get to where we were just at both ways. Ouch. I don't know. There's tons of ideas. Interesting. But anyway, so that's kind of the game plan. I'm going to turn this into the wheat farm right here. This should be pretty easy. I just got to get 2 of those guys that we already had plenty of already over here. That way I can have 2 farmers over here. I'll just have to get some type of hopper minecart system to go underneath it, and then I can have 2 chests, one over here, 1 double chest here, and 1 double chest over here. And I believe that'd be fine. That'd be 2 double chests for wheat. I don't really necessarily need a whole lot of wheat. I don't eat bread really a whole lot, so it's mainly just for breeding animals. So anyway, I'm gonna get that done. Hopefully it doesn't take like 4 hours like that hallway did. But we'll get that done in place, and we'll see what that looks like and start another project. Alright, so did not take me too long to run into my first problem. I was gonna set this carrot farm up real quick, and while doing that I found out that this actually ties in pretty closely to the old skeleton farm that I made forever ago. So instead of having a hopper minecart trying to go all crazy and everything, I think I may just fill this up with hoppers. I know it's going to be really expensive, but I think that's going to be the easiest way to get it to both these chests, because I think there's 1 chest here and 1 there, and effectively only half the farms actually be working. I can get everything, maybe a little bit of this section, but then these other over here will not be working. There's no way to pick them up without completely redirecting this, which I don't really want to do. So, yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, I don't really need carrots a whole lot, and this one guy seems to do a pretty decent job. So we'll get that in place and up and running, and we'll see where we're at from there. So I was doing a little bit of caving, trying to find some more iron. Just need a little bit more iron to wrap things up, and I came across this giant ravine, but it's got an opening to the sky. So I was kind of looking around it, and it's not that far from my base. It's right there. That's where the city's at. So that's where I was building that abandoned mine shaft. There's the church. So it's kind of crazy. I never ran across this before. But anyway, I figured I'd just share it with you guys. Maybe we'll do something with this in the future. But for right now, I almost have the villager thing done. And then as soon as I get this little bit of iron, I'll be back over there. Alright, so one last thing here. I'm wrapping up the iron. And there's a crazy amount of mobs right here. This is actually really close back to the base. But I guess there's a cave that I never found here before. Ooh. Let's put some blocks in that bar. This is pretty bananas. So I'm gonna try and see what happens here. Ooh, that scared me. Thought I fell into the mobs there. There's a lot of stuff going on right here. So, uh-oh. Well, the good news is I'm almost done with all the ironing. Get the bow out. The bow will take care of these guys easily. Alright, so now I got both sides wrapped up. It's just down to getting these guys into the farms. So I'm going to put 3 in each farm. I basically just temporarily rig this up so that way I can get the farmers over there. So all I should have to do is push this button. Should abduct a guy. And then we just got to meet him over there. Yep, there we go. And he's on his way. So if we try and beat him over, ooh, that's not good. Let's not do that again. If we try and beat him over there, which he already beat us, it is what it is. But once we get over there, he should still be in the minecart. He is. See, I already got one guy over here, and then I need to put 2 more over here. Some mistakes were made, and we lost one. So, but yeah, I just need to get 2 more in there and 1 more in there, and then both farms are functional, and this project is done, except for the other 2 farms, but that's definitely another day project. Alright, so we got everybody in place. We got everything done. Everything's kind of finished for the farms. They're both fully working. So this is the produce so far. But oddly enough, with 3 might be too much. But as soon as something's grown, they go and get it. They're keeping up with it. Same thing with these. So that's good. I think 3's fine. And it seems to be pretty evenly split with the carrots. So, but yeah, as soon as something grows all the way, they grab it right up. So that's good to see. I'm glad everything's working now. We'll see how this runs in the background with the wheat and everything. But I have no idea how much time I have left in this. This whole project with the tunnel and then doing this, getting the villagers around, everything. It took around 14 hours. So I'll see what the video time is, and that'll kind of determine whether or not we do another project. So I'm glad this is done though. Now we just got 2 more farms to do. Alright guys, so after doing some editing, looking over the footage and everything, looks like we're running about 20 minutes, but unfortunately with as much time I put into the editing and recording, I definitely don't have time to get another project going yet today. So hopefully everything shows in what I've done so far. That with the combination of how few people are actually going to view this video, I don't know if it's worth putting another 20 hours into it. So I'm going to get this wrapped up. We'll get it uploaded, and I will start working on the next project here shortly. So for all that who did watch, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll get you in the next episode. Catch you later.